thing. Hi, everybody. Happy holidays, and welcome to our holiday series, which, of course, we're going to begin with Elf, because I feel like it just sets such a great tone for the holiday season anyway. I don't know if you guys have started decorating, but obviously my stuff's been up since mid-November because of all years. This is the one to make sure Christmas decorations are up and whatever decorations you guys put up as soon as possible. I think it just spreads a little something extra when you're at home. You know, it just makes you feel all warm and cozy. But we're going to jump into our reading of Elf with our rules of the drinking for the night, which are a few. We got one, anytime that Walter, Buddy's dad, is emotionally withholding from him. Rule number 2, anytime that a woodland creature talks, which is mostly at the beginning, and we'll throw Jim the Snowman in there too, because he's kind of a woodland creature, right? Rule number 3, anytime somebody sings, which only happens a couple times, right? And rule number 4 is anytime a reference is made, one of the quotable lines from this movie. So things like, thanks, Mr. Narwhal, all that good stuff. So go ahead and take a drink on those as well. But without further ado, we are going to get started with the tale of Buddy the Elf. So we begin with a Christmas book entitled Elf, sitting on a table with a drawing of a 6'2" Buddy the Elf on the cover. It magically flips open to the first page, a drawing of small Papa Elf in her wonderful workshop. Papa Elf, 540 years old, or roughly 55 in human years, is surrounded by scores of strange and specific tools and some scattered half-built toys.
So you're here for the story. Okay. Let me wet my whistle.
She pours herself a shot of milk in a snowflake shot glass and downs it.
Ooh, that's strong. Must be 2%. Elves love to tell stories. You probably didn't know that, did you? Well, there's a lot of things about us that people don't know. For instance, we can't tell a lie. It's physiologically impossible. Here's another interesting elfism. There are 3 jobs available to an elf. You can make shoes at night while an old cobbler sleeps, but it's not exactly the most rewarding work.
2 elves are hammering away at a pile of shoes as a fat shoemaker sleeps with a copy of Hot Cobbler magazine on his chest, a busty cobbler, a lady on the cover. Lazy bastard couldn't even make a flip-flop. Back in the elf tree, the exterior of the tree, we hear cooking going on inside.
You can bake cookies in a tree, but it's dangerous having an oven in oak during dry season.
A siren rings out, and then the tree bursts into flames, elves scurrying out.
But the third job makes being an elf worthwhile. Some call it the show, or the big dance. It's the profession every elf aspires to, and that's to build toys in Santa's workshop.
Santa's workshop is a crowd of bustling elves building dolls, toy horses, action figures, squirt guns, everything. There's even a row of Xboxes being assembled.
It's a job only an elf can do. Our nimble fingers, natural cheer, and active minds are perfect for toy building. They've tried using gnomes or trolls, but the gnomes drank too much, and the trolls weren't toilet trained. And no human could ever do this work. Their hands are too big, and they tend to get testy when overworked. In fact, no human has ever set foot in Santa's workshop. That is, until about 30 years ago. And in case you haven't guessed it, that's our story. It was back in 1968, a particularly successful Christmas.
In an orphanage, a Christmas tree flickers. A nurse changes a giggling 10-month-old baby's diaper.
Oh, you're quite the giggler, aren't you? Well, it's time for night-night.
She tucks the baby in and exits.
Merry Christmas, my angel.
The baby rises, giggling. Santa's black boots drop in from the chimney. The baby shakes the gate. Quickly, Santa moves to the Christmas tree where he lays out presents. Santa looks up and sees the empty crib. The gate is down. The baby gleefully skitters across the floor towards a large, fuzzy teddy bear in Santa's big red bag. Later in Santa's workshop, a bevy of elves celebrate another successful Christmas. Several elves start chanting for a speech. Santa gestures for quiet.
Oh, all right. Well, we've had another successful year. Prancer was able to control his bladder over Baltimore, and we didn't forget Delaware.
A party horn blows. Santa cheerfully pats down with his hands for quiet.
And now, after a lot of hard work, it's time for a vacation, starting now! All right, vacation's over. Back to work. Time to start preparations for next Christmas.
The elves cheer and get back to work. And off-screen cooing is heard.
What in the name of Sam Hill?
Santa looks down to his bag just as a human baby, dressed only in a diaper, crawls out and smiles. The elves stare in awe at the strange visitor. An elf looks on the back of his diaper and sees the brand name, Little Buddy Diapers.
Its name is Buddy. He must have snuck into your sack at the orphanage. What do we do, Santa?
Santa had a decision to make, but fortunately, when it comes to babies, Santa's a pushover. So Buddy would stay with an older elf who had always wanted a child, but had never been so committed to building toys. He had forgotten to settle down. Yes, Buddy was raised by me, his adopted father. My, how I love that boy. Tough, Buddy grew twice as fast. He wasn't any different from the other little elves. I mean, not really. And though it is against the code of elves to lie, all agree that until Buddy asked us, no one was going to bring up the fact that he was actually a human.
Buddy is in elf school, wedged in a tiny desk. The elf teacher is pointing to the blackboard where the code of elves is written.
And before we learn how to build the latest and extreme graphic chipset processors, let's recite the code of the elves, shall we? Number 1.
Treat every day like Christmas.
Number 2.
There's room for everyone
on the
Move everyone on the nice list.
Nice list.
Number 3.
The
best way
to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud and all to hear.
Singing.
The elf hockey pond, an announcer elf is on a megahorn doing a play-by-play of an elf hockey team.
Loom Loom across the line, feeds it to Foom Foom, behind the net, looking, feeds Blinky, wait, Rimbo, correction, Wombo, I think, and uh-oh, here comes Buddy.
A smiling Buddy pounds tiny elves into the boards with brute force. The elves are helpless. Buddy finishes this off with a wicked slap shot.
He scores! And it's 14-0 with 11 minutes left in the first period.
Post-game, Buddy's in the locker room. The elves congratulate him and occasionally reach up and slap him on the butt.
Hey, good game, buddy.
Thanks. Sorry about your shoulder, Pom-Pom.
Oh, no sweat. It's just a collarbone.
But as much as Buddy was accepted by his friends and family, there were drawbacks to being a human in an elf's world.
Buddy continuously slams his face into doorways, beams, and cabinets.
Ah! Oh, jeez. Yikes. Charles Dickens. Ah, nutcracker.
Buddy attempts to put a star on top of the semi-tall elf Christmas tree, but Buddy's pointy elf slipper gets hung up in an ornament. Buddy panics, wiggles his leg, and pulls the tree over on top of him, falling into the fireplace and engulfing in flames. Pom-Pom sprays him with a mini fire extinguisher.
And nowhere Buddy's differences were more obvious than in Santa's toy shop.
There's an assembly line of elves making etch-a-sketches with wooden hammers. An elf supervisor approaches.
Gee, I'm sorry, Ming Ming. I'm gonna come in a little short on my quota today.
It's okay, buddy. How many etch-a-sketches did you get finished? How many, buddy? It's okay. You can tell me.
I only made 85.
Well, don't worry about it, buddy. This is a great start. You're only 915 off pace.
Oh, why don't you just say it, Ming Ming? I'm the worst toy maker in the world. I'm a cotton-headed ninny-muggins.
Oh, no, you're not a cotton-headed ninny-muggins. We all have different talents, that's all.
Actually, it seems like everyone has the same talents, except me.
That's not true. You have lots of talents, special talents. Like,
You changed the batteries in the fire alarm.
You sure did. AAA's, and in 6 months, you'll need to check them again, won't he?
Mm-hmm.
And you're the only baritone in the elf choir. Without you, we'd sound like a bunch of, you bring us down a whole octave.
Mm-hmm.
In a good way.
See? You're not a cotton-headed ninny-muggins. You're extraordinary.
Well, you know what? I'm sick of being extraordinary.
Upset, Buddy struggles to get his thighs out from under his desk and now runs off, tagging his head on the door frame. He runs over and locks himself in the bathroom. The bathroom is absurdly small. Buddy starts to sob. Papa Elf knocks at the door.
Son, are you okay?
Go away.
Buddy.
I'm sorry, Papa. May I please have some buddy time?
Son, I think we need to talk.
The door creaks open, revealing it Buddy squeezed into this box of a room. He wiggles out.
Come sit with your papa.
Papa sits on the couch. Buddy sits on Papa Elf's knee. Papa winces.
All right, let's hear about it.
Well, everyone knows you're Santa's Master Tinker, and Grandpapa was Master Tinker before you, and Great-Grandpapa was before ye. I'm supposed to follow in your footsteps, but I'm always letting everyone down.
Well, there's something I should probably tell you, buddy, and it's long overdue.
What is it, Papa?
You see, I need your help on something. Up now, nice and oh. There we are.
Papa Elf leads Buddy through a door to reveal Santa's sleigh. A glow emanates from the hand-rubbed red lacquered wood chassis, illuminating the entire room.
Wow. Santa's sleigh. Can I touch it?
Touch it? You're going to help me make it fly, buddy.
I thought the magical reindeer made the sleigh fly.
And where do you think the reindeer get their magic from?
Christmas spirit, everyone knows that.
Yes, but unfortunately, Christmas spirit is becoming a very limited resource.
What do you mean?
Well, buddy, as silly as it sounds, there are a lot of people down south who don't believe in Santa Claus.
What? Who do they think puts all the toys under the tree?
There's a rumor floating around that parents are putting them there.
That's ridiculous. There's no way parents could do all that in one night. And what about Santa's cookies? I suppose parents eat them too?
I know, but every year less and less people are believing in Santa. And today we've got a real energy crisis on our hands. See how low the Clausometer is?
A gauge on the instrument panel of the sleigh with Christmas spirit levels written on it, and a needle is resting in the dangerously low red section.
That's why I installed this little baby back in the 60s.
Papa pushes a red button, causing a jet engine to shudder with a high-pitched whir.
Oh my gosh.
Watch the language, son.
Forgive me, Papa. What's that?
A Viper turbojet with 358 cubic meters of displacement, high volume air intake, and a customized spark timing. I know it's a little less magical, but everyone's still getting their wish. That's the important thing, right? Listen, the motor mounts are giving me some wiggle. Do you want to give the old man a hand?
Do I?
Father and son hunker down and tinker together. Later in Santa's workshop, elves everywhere are testing toys. Buddy stands in front of a conveyor belt, pushing Jack-in-the-Boxes past him. He turns the crank, producing the Pop Goes the Weasel tune, and a puppet pops out. Pop!
Yeah.
Another one. Pop!
Yeah. Mm.
And a third one. Pop! Pop!
Yeah. I'm going to take 5, okay, Crumpet?
Okay. Buddy approaches an elf kitchenette. He stops, overhearing a few elves drinking cider and talking behind his back.
And that extraordinary bit, that was quick thinking.
Hey, I feel bad for the guy. I just hope he doesn't get wise.
Hey, he's believed he was an elf for this long, hasn't he?
Mm.
The room spins. Buddy's knees go weak. Pom-Pom hurries over, concerned.
You don't look so good, buddy. Are you okay?
Buddy tries to speak, but instead collapses right on top of Pom-Pom, crushing him beneath his weight.
I'm okay, buddy. Don't worry about a thing. I'm warm.
In Papa's workshop, Buddy wakes up from his sleep to find himself back home.
Oh, I had a terrible nightmare.
What is it, Buddy?
I dreamt I wasn't an elf at all. I was a human. Oh, it was awful. I'm not a human, am I, Papa?
I knew this day would come. You see, Buddy, I love you, and nothing can ever change that. But the fact is, it wasn't a dream. You're not like the rest of us.
You mean I'm not an elf?
No, son. You're a human being.
No wonder I'm always freezing.
We decided it was best to let you think you were one of us.
But I thought elves can't lie.
We can't. But, Buddy, you never asked. I thought for sure when you cracked 6 feet it would come up.
I thought I just had a glandular problem.
Your glands are fine.
So you're not my Papa?
Oh, I'll always be your Papa. It's just you have another Papa too, a biological Papa.
Papa Elf opens a drawer and shows Buddy a photo. A young couple are in love.
I then proceeded to tell Buddy of how his father had fallen in love when he was very young with a beautiful girl named Susan Wells, and how Buddy was born and put up for adoption by his mother, and how she had later passed away. I told him his father had never even known Buddy was born, and most importantly, I told him where his dad was, in a magical land called New York City.
Papa Elf puts a snow globe in front of Buddy, showing the Empire State Building with a sign reading New York City.
I feel confused. It's sweaty. I need some buddy time.
Buddy runs off.
Buddy!
In the North Pole, Buddy passes some animated animals, a rabbit, a raccoon, and a squirrel.
Hey, buddy, want to sing and pick snowberries?
Not now, Pipsy.
He passes by an animated snowman in the front yard of a toasty little cottage.
Oh, Buddy.
Hi, Jim. What's wrong?
Sorry, my back's out of line again. Do you mind cracking it for me again?
Sure, Jim.
Buddy comes from behind him and squeezes. His back cracks.
Oh, thank you, buddy. That's so good. It's from all the standing. They never build me sitting down. Hey, why the long face?
Well, Jim, it seems I'm not an elf.
Of course you're not. You're 6'3" and had a beard when you were 15.
Papa says my real father is living in a magical place far away.
At least you have a father. I was just rolled up one day. I never had anyone to play catch with, and even if I did, I only have sticks for arms.
I guess I am pretty lucky after all.
I bet your dad would be so happy to see you. He'd hug you and never let go. I wish I had a dad to hug. And even if I did, I only have sticks for arms.
I understand about your arms, Jim.
Well, you should do all the things I can't. Go see him, hug him, and play catch, and scratch your ass.
I will. I'm gonna go find my dad!
Next day in Santa's workshop, Buddy walks through the workshop for the last time. Each elf he passes says goodbye.
Bye, Choo Choo. Bye, Sunshine. Bye, Tinklewinkle. Bye, Puffy. Bye, Flayed. Bye, Gale.
Santa puts his arm around Buddy.
So I hear you're going on a little journey to the big city.
Yeah, but I'm kind of nervous. Jim told me New York is really different.
Oh, don't listen to Jim. He's never been anywhere. Doesn't even have feet. I've been to New York thousands of times.
Wow. What's it like?
Well, there's some things you should know. First off, if you see gum on the street, leave it there. It's not free candy. Second, there are like 30 raised pizzas, and they all say they're the original, but the real one's on 11. And if you see a sign for a peep show, it doesn't mean they're letting you look at presents before Christmas.
So much to remember.
Don't worry. Something tells me this trip is going to be good for you. It's time for my buddy here to spread his wings.
I can't wait. Me and Dad are going to go ice skating and eat sugar plums.
Ah, that's the other thing I wanted to talk to you about. You see, buddy, your father, well, he's on the naughty list.
No.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
Oh, my stomach hurts. It feels like evil.
Listen, buddy, some people, they get mixed up about what's important in life. But that doesn't mean they can't change. Maybe your dad just needs a little Christmas spirit.
I'm good at that.
I know you are.
Papa Elf steps forward. He and Buddy embrace.
I love you, Buddy, and I'll always be here for you. Now, go on.
Yes, Papa. Bye, guys. I'll miss you. I really will.
In the North Pole, the animals wave as Buddy heads off into the unknown.
Hi, Buddy.
Bye, lovable woodland animals.
Buddy sits on an ice floe. Mr. Narwhal pokes his head out of the water.
Hi, Buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
He drifts along the cold sea through a haze, transitioning from the magic land of the North Pole to the real world. In New York City, in Greenway Press, a huge corner office says Walter Hobbs, editor. A nun stands in front of Walter's large desk.
You're taking the books back?
Hey, you're the one who's behind on the payments. Don't try to make me out to be the bad guy here.
We're trying to get you the money, but it's been difficult to raise the funding. The children are sponsoring another bake sale next month. That should help.
See, there's your problem. You can't expect a bake sale to make solid cash these days. Places like Dunkin' Donuts and Cinnabon are expanding their product base with alternative breakfast and dessert items. Even Starbucks carries baked goods. You guys really need to start thinking out of the box. It's called capitalism, Miss Peters. And if you can't stand the heat, move to Canada.
But the children... books.
Yeah, you don't need to tell me that. I made them. I'm the one that ran the focus groups.
Deb pokes her head in. What?
Deb, you're muted.
Mr. Hobbs, your 2 o'clock is here.
Would you please use the intercom? We
Wait,
talked about this.
do you want me to use it now? I mean, I already told you.
Walter ignores her. Deb leaves.
Mr. Hobbs, your 2 o'clock is here.
Got it. I'll tell you what. I know how much these books mean to your kids over there, so I'll give you a 3-week extension.
Bless your heart.
If I were you, I'd stay away from perishable goods. You gotta think consumer services. That's what's hot right now.
In Canada, Buddy walks through a choppy, muddy, snowy terrain past a rusted propane tank. A real raccoon crosses his path.
Hey! What's your name? I'm Buddy.
Buddy corners the raccoon, trapping it. It hisses like crazy.
Sounds like someone needs a hug.
He lunges forward. Like lightning, the raccoon bites Buddy in the face. In Manhattan, Buddy timidly inches his way through the Lincoln Tunnel along the walkway, pressed up against the wall while traffic roars by. He exits to the sight of the towering skyline of New York City. He sees the Empire State Building, then looks at his snow globe.
Whoa.
Buddy attempts to greet a sea of people, but New Yorkers ignore the guy in the elf suit.
Hi. Happy afternoon. Salutations.
Buddy looks up in awe at the animated billboard on the Lehman Building. A guy bumps into him.
Why don't you watch your ass, buddy?
Buddy nods, then sticks his butt out and looks at it. Buddy runs around and around a revolving door, loving every minute. A sign at a crappy diner reads, "World's Best Cup of Coffee." Buddy is excited and enters.
Wow! World's best cup of coffee. You did it. Congratulations to all of you.
Buddy holds up his Empire State Building snow globe and compares the skyscraper to his toy one. In Walter Hobbs' office, the Puppy and the Pigeon book is in his hands.
A reprint. Do you know how much that's going to cost us?
The 2 whole pages are missing. The story makes no sense.
You think a kid's going to notice 2 pages? All they do is look at the pictures.
In an elevator in the building, Buddy gets in with a bunch of Republican-looking people. He's whistling really loud and happy, confusing them. Another passenger gets on. Can you press 67, please? Unsure of what may happen, Buddy pushes 67. The number lights up.
Oh, hey, that's pretty.
Like lightning, he presses all 75 buttons. The elevator doors open and close floor by floor. No one is smiling, except for Buddy. In Walter Hobbs' office, Walter and the printer continue.
How the hell did this happen anyway?
Well, you signed off on all the final plates. So
Okay, you know what? I don't need to know. Let's just get this solved.
At Deb's desk, Deb stares deadpan at the elf in front of her.
Buddy the elf, here for Mr. Walter Hobbs, please.
You look hilarious. Who sent you?
Papa Elf from the North Pole.
Papa Elf? Oh, that's rich.
In Walter's office, Walter and the printer continue.
You really think we should ship them?
No. I want to take a $30,000 bath so some kid understands what happened between a frickin' puppy and a pigeon. Ship them.
Mr. Hobbs, it's me on the intercom.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think someone has sent you a Christmasgram.
Christmasgram? I don't have time for a Christmasgram.
Buddy steps behind him. Walter slowly turns around.
Dad.
Oh, all right. Let's get this over with.
I walked all day and night to find you.
It looks like you came from the North Pole.
That's exactly where I came from. Santa must have called you.
Oh, yeah, I just got off my cell with him. So, go on.
Go on with what?
You gonna sing a song, or can I just get back to work?
A song? Anything for you, Dad. Let's see. I'm here with my dad, and I've never met him, and he wants me to sing a song, and I was adopted, and you didn't know I was born, but I'm here, and I love you, I love you, I love you, Dad.
He hugs him.
Wow. That was weird. Usually you guys just put my name into Jingle Bells or something.
It's me, your son. Susan Wells had me and didn't tell you, but now I'm here. It's me, Buddy.
Susan Wells? Did you just say Susan Wells? What kind of Christmas gram is this?
What's a Christmas gram?
Deb, we may want to be calling security.
I already did.
I like whispering too.
On the street, 5 minutes later, 2 security guards have each of Buddy's arms and are frog walking him out of the front doors and onto the sidewalk.
My dad runs this whole company. I bet he's a genius.
Must run in the family. I wouldn't come back for a while if I were you.
Yeah, it seemed like he may need some daddy time. You guys are strong.
Yeah, get lost.
I already am lost.
They throw Buddy's jingled hat at him and walk back inside.
Bye, Glenn. Bye, Chris.
Buddy picks up his hat, dusts it off, then looks across the street and sees New York's version of Elf Mecca. It's the Gimbel's department store. It's huge, full of lights and music, Christmas at its grandest.
Wow.
Buddy starts skipping across the street toward Gimbel's when, bam, Buddy's hit by a cab. Traffic stops. And now Buddy comes skipping back.
Okay, thanks.
Outside of Gimbel's, the halls are decked. Buddy walks through, happy in his elf suit. A perfume clerk approaches.
Passion fruit spray.
Fruit spray? For real?
Buddy opens his mouth and closes his eyes.
Go on.
The clerk looks around, then sprays it in his mouth. Buddy stops at the edge of an escalator, afraid to get on.
Are you going or what?
Yeah.
Buddy steps forward with one leg, and the escalator yanks him into the splits. In a public bathroom, Buddy leaves the stall, then accosts a stranger.
Have you seen the toilet? It's ginormous. Look at that toilet.
Buddy faces the wrong way in the elevator, face to face with a man.
You think you're pretty smart, huh?
I'm not that smart, but thanks.
In the lingerie section, Buddy sees a display of sexy nighties with a sign over it. For that special someone.
For that special someone. Huh.
A hard-ass elf manager walks over.
What the hell are you doing farting around on the first floor?
Looking at shiny things.
Shiny things? Get your butt back to the 9th floor before I put my foot in your green ass.
Okay.
On the Gimbel's 9th floor Santa land, it's not very impressive. Buddy is doing a thorough inspection.
The snow looks fake.
It's white, ain't it?
Snow doesn't just pile up unless it's moved through the use of a tool such as a shovel. I would give it some natural erosion, like a slight wind drift look.
What the hell are you talking about? Erosion? Don't touch the damn snow! What are you smiling at? You think I'm a joke?
Oh no, I'm just smiling because smiling is my favorite.
Well, take it down a notch.
Buddy tries to frown for a second, but his lips quiver and hurt, and now he's smiling again, making the exact same face.
All right, Smiley. Sweep the tin foil off this path. Santa's gonna be here tomorrow.
Santa! Oh my God! Wait, Santa Claus?
Yeah. Where have you been?
The North Pole.
Ha ha. Start elfing. And don't touch the snow.
He walks off, looking back, annoyed. Something grabs Buddy's full attention. Jovie Davis, dressed as an elf. She glides to the Christmas tree where she hangs balls from a ladder. Buddy stares up at her.
Are you enjoying the view?
Yes, I am. I was standing over there and I thought you looked pretty, so I came over to tell you that you look pretty.
Why are you messing with me? Did Crumpet put you up to this?
I'm not messing with you. It's nice to meet a human who shares my affinity for elf culture.
I wouldn't call it an affinity. I'm just trying to get through the holidays.
Get through? Christmas is the greatest day in the whole world.
Well, someone's been drinking the Kool-Aid. Believe me, after a few years of this, you'll learn to tune it all out.
Uh-oh. Sounds like someone needs to sing a Christmas carol.
Are you serious?
The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
Well, thanks, but I don't sing.
Oh, it's easy. It's just like talking, only louder and longer, and you move it up and down.
Well, I can sing. I just don't sing, especially in front of other people. I could never do that.
Never? If you can sing by yourself, you can sing anytime. There's no difference.
Actually, there's a big difference.
No, there isn't. Watch. I'm in a store, and I'm singing, and there's people here, and I'm in a store. The store has all the shiny stuff, and I'm in a store. See?
Wow.
Attention, Gimbals will be closing in 10 minutes. Please make your final purchases. All the elves look relieved.
You're leaving? But Santa's coming.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. What's your name?
Buddy.
Jovie. See ya.
Jovie walks off. In Hobbs' apartment that night, Emily has prepared a beautiful dinner. Walter fills a plate. Their son Michael eats without enthusiasm.
I'm gonna go eat in my den, okay? I got a bunch of stuff to go over.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm way behind on a bunch of stuff.
He goes to kiss her on the forehead. She doesn't offer it, so he kisses the top of her hair and leaves.
I ain't in my room.
No.
Why not? Dad's eating in his den. I have a bunch of homework to go over. I'm way behind on a bunch of stuff.
You're eating here.
Fine. But I'm not going to talk.
Yeah, you are. You're going to tell me how your day was. How was your day? How was your day?
It was fine, okay? God!
In Walter's den, Walter is looking at an old yearbook. He studies a picture of a young, beautiful Susan Wells.
What are you looking at?
Oh, nothing. It's for work.
You know, it'd be nice if we ate together as a family once in a while.
I'm sorry. That kind of work. How do you think I feel? You think I like to work?
Actually, I do. I'm really worried about Michael. He's getting detached and cynical. They're not supposed to do that until they're teenagers.
Well, he is 13 years old.
He's 10. I don't know what is going on with you, but I've just about had it.
Had it with what? Emily, wait. I'm sorry. I've been under a lot of stress at work.
If you say the word work one more time, you're sleeping at the Marriott.
The chicken thing was delicious.
It wasn't a chicken thing. It was salmon, zucchini, string beans, carrots, cherry tomatoes, asparagus, mushrooms, and olives.
It was good.
In Gimbel's Santaland the next morning, Buddy is finishing his decorating. No Santaland has ever looked more beautiful. The most expensive merchandise in the store has been used as bricks and mortar. A huge glitter sign says, "Welcome, Santa. Love, Buddy." Now, off in the distance, Buddy hears the faint sound of an angel singing. Buddy meanders through the deserted aisles, more and more hypnotized as the angelic singing gets louder and louder and clearer and more beautiful. Buddy pushes through the bathroom door, totally consumed by the greatest voice in the world. Jovie is in the shower stall, singing half of the classic duet, "Baby, It's Cold Outside."
I really can't stay. I've got to go away. This evening has been so very nice. My mother will start to worry, and father will be pacing the floor. So really I'd better scurry. Well, maybe just a half a drink more. The neighbors might think,
maybe it's bad out there.
say, what's in this drink?
No cabs to be had out there.
I wish I knew how to break the spell.
Take your hat, your hair looks
I
small.
ought to say no, 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 sir.
Mind if I move in closer?
At least I'm gonna say that I tried.
Sense in hurting my pride.
I really can't stay. But it's cold outside. Get out!
Jovie kicks Buddy in the nuts and escapes.
Oh!
Outside of Gimbel's, behind the glass, Buddy is curled up in the faux snow, asleep. A man squints at him through the window, amazed at how lifelike Buddy is. Buddy awakens to the staring man.
Holy fudge. Good morning, everyone.
Walter is walking along the sidewalk with his briefcase.
Dad.
Walter thinks he hears something, but continues. Buddy pounds hard on the window. Walter glances over, then stops in his tracks. He runs. In the lobby later, Buddy skips past the security guards with a box. Caught off guard, they have to lunge to grab him.
Hey! No. Hey. Hi, Glenn. Hi, Chris. I just wanted to give my dad this present. I think he's mad at me, but he won't be after this.
You better leave that with us.
Okay.
Yeah, he's real busy.
Oh, okay. Well, please tell him it's for me, and that I love him so much, and he's the greatest dad in the world, and that I love him. Okay?
Okay.
In Gimbel's Santaland, Buddy re-enters with his new... he re-enters the new transformed Santaland. It's a smash hit. The visitors are ecstatic. Everyone loves it. Except the elf manager, who complains to a coworker.
Who the hell took a dump in housewares?
Jovie walks up to Buddy.
Hey, I want to talk to you.
Buddy's now terrified by her.
Oh, okay. What do you want to talk about?
What the hell do you think?
I know a pig who can run 11 miles an hour.
Why were you in the women's locker room?
I heard singing.
Singing. Right. I'm sure it had nothing to do with me being naked. I should call the police. What were you doing here so early in the morning anyway?
Making this.
You made this?
Yeah. Why were you here?
They turned my water off. You were standing there with your eyes closed. What is that, some kind of thing you do?
You have the most beautiful voice in the whole world.
You really were just listening to me, weren't you?
I'm sorry.
The elf manager walks over.
This is Santaland, not stand around and wear pointy-ass shoes land. Get busy. Santa's here.
Santa! Santa's here!
Buddy sees the back of Santa enter a closed-off gazebo. Children are already crowded around.
Santa!
Buddy rushes towards Santa through the crowd. Quickly, he brushes off his uniform and straightens his cap.
Santa, it's me. It's Buddy.
Buddy slides the curtain open to reveal someone else dressed as Santa.
Ho, ho, ho! Who the heck are you?
I am Santa Claus.
Are not?
Well, of course I am. Ho, ho, ho!
If you're Santa, then tell me, what song did I sing you for your birthday this year?
Why, you sang a happy birthday.
He's right.
Santa struts past Buddy and takes his chair.
Why don't you cool it, Zippy? Ho, ho, ho!
You smell like cheese.
Buddy attacks. He grabs
Instead of a
Santa's
throne of
beard,
lies.
comes right off. Buddy looks at the beard in shock.
He's an imposter! He's an imposter! I knew it! His beard is fake! Come on, kids, get him!
The kids all pile on, wrestling Santa, loving it. The manager dives in and tries to help. Some parents and other elves try to contain the disaster in panic. In Walter's office across the way, Walter sits behind his desk, staring at the note that accompanied the package from Buddy. The package sits on the desk, still wrapped in a Gimbals box. The note says, "Dad, this is for you because you are my special someone." Walter unwraps the gift, then holds up a red slinky nightie with fur where the nipples would be. Deb enters and he scrambles to hide the nightie.
What's that?
What's what? Intercom.
Right.
She leaves. Walter looks deeper into the box and sees a card. It's the old photo of a young Walter next to his smiling girlfriend. On the other side is a crayon drawing of Buddy.
Walter, the police are on line 1.
The police? Hello? My son, Michael, is he okay? An elf? No, he's not a... You know what? Keep him there. I'll be right down.
Deb peeks in.
What's going on?
Nothing. I need to go. I have to swing by my apartment real quick. They're delivering a chair.
A police chair?
It's a regular chair, okay? Cancel my appointments.
In jail, Buddy hears the cell door clang open. Walter stands at the open jail cell door.
Dad!
Outside the police precinct, Walter marches out of the front doors, Buddy following closely behind.
So happy. I knew you'd come. I love that you came. I love you, Dad. Know how much I love you? This much. Except my arms would have to be like way longer, like a pterodactyl wings.
All right, pal. Who the heck are you? What's your problem?
I'm Buddy. I'm your son.
I already have a son.
And who am I?
Where did you get this picture?
He holds up the picture included in the gift.
Papa Elf gave it to me.
Walter shakes Buddy violently by the lapels.
Is this some kind of game? What do you want? Money?
I just want to meet you, and I thought that maybe you'd want to meet me.
You really believe this, don't you?
I thought we could make gingerbread houses and eat cookie dough and go ice skating and hold hands. I'm sorry if I made you mad.
Come with me.
Buddy reaches out to hold hands, but Walter's hands stay in his trench coat. Buddy is still holding his hand out. Walter smacks Buddy's hand down. In the pediatrician's office, Buddy sits on the examining table as Walter watches. Buddy reaches into a jar of cotton balls and starts eating them quickly, one at a time.
Don't eat those.
Buddy goes to eat one more. Walter grabs his arm, but Buddy fakes him out and eats it anyway.
Am I sick?
Yes. But that's not why we're here. We're here to test whether you're my son or not.
Why am I sitting on paper?
Buddy pulls the roll and paper spills out everywhere. The doctor and Walter try to stop him, but he gets tangled up.
So it's clean for each patient that comes in. Try to sit still. I'm going to perform something called a finger prick.
A finger prick? Can I wear your lamp?
No.
Why?
Just sit still.
Why is there a skeleton on the wall?
I don't know, but there just is.
Oh, what's his name?
Doesn't have a name.
If I squint, he looks like a pirate flag. Arg!
Walter, I can't do this if he's going to keep moving around.
I'm sorry, Ben. Buddy, please!
He got mad at me.
Buddy, the sooner you sit still, the sooner we can clear up this horrible mess.
After this, can we get sugar plums together?
Sure, we'll eat sugar plums and make gingerbread houses and paint eggs.
That's Easter, not...
The doctor gives Buddy's finger a tiny prick.
Ah! Ah!
Buddy shoves...
No flicker, son of a cobbler!
Buddy shoves the doctor over and stumbles around holding his finger and crying.
Yeah.
Room. Buddy holds his finger with a cotton ball for a moment, then suddenly eats it. Now he taps his finger and flips it around like it's dead, then turns to a little girl who is playing with her doll.
My finger has a heartbeat.
It won't hurt so much after a while. What's your name?
Buddy.
I'm Carolyn.
What do you want for Christmas?
Susie talks a lot.
I'll put in a good word with the big man.
Thanks. Your costume is pretty.
Oh, it's not a costume. I'm an elf. Well, I'm a human, technically, but I was raised by elves.
I'm human, raised by humans.
Cool.
Back in the doctor's office, Walter is waiting for the results.
Well,
it's a boy.
It's impossible. Was the test ever wrong?
No.
My God, what am I supposed to do? You saw the guy. He's certifiably insane.
Walter, I've read about some things that suggest Buddy's behavior isn't necessarily that unusual.
The man skips.
It's rare, but there have been documented cases of people like your son.
His name's Buddy.
Well, Buddy's been denied a proper childhood with you. It's possible he may feel he was never fully nurtured, causing an alternative personality to develop.
An elf.
Yep. I think he's trying to return to a position of childlike dependency.
Well, let's give him some pills or whatever. I'll pay for him. It's not a problem.
I think what he really needs is you. This is an extreme case. A rejection now could be especially traumatizing.
So what do you want me to do? Breastfeed him?
What if you let him visit you, meet the family, that sort of thing? It may help him feel like he's part of your life. He's your son, Walter. It's not like he's going to just go away.
Outside of Emily's office, Emily is leaving work, locking up the door. She turns to find Walter standing there at the bottom of the steps, hands in his pockets, smiling.
What are you doing here?
Well, I was in the neighborhood. I thought I'd walk you home.
You thought you'd walk me home.
They begin to walk together.
What, is that so weird?
I've worked here for 4 years. You've never walked me anywhere.
Well, it's a nice night.
What's wrong?
Why does something have to be wrong? I just said it's a nice night. I mean, really.
Okay. I'm sorry. Thanks. This is really nice.
Okay. Something's a little wrong.
In the Hobbs residence, they're arriving home.
God, it's wonderful, Walter. You have a son.
Yeah, wonderful. That's one way to put it.
Oh, come on. This is incredible. It may be a little complicated, but it's nothing we can't handle.
He thinks he's an elf.
I'm sorry, what?
He thinks he's a Christmas elf.
Oh. Well, I'm sure he doesn't really think.
Walter swings open the door to the apartment to reveal Buddy has been busy. The place is a recycled winter wonderland. Yards of old garland have been meticulously strung throughout the apartment. Elaborate construction paper Christmas murals cover the walls. In the kitchen, Buddy scoops globs of frosting into his mouth at a furious pace.
Buddy, this is Emily.
Hey!
He jumps up and gives her a big hug.
It's so nice to meet you. I've heard nothing about you.
Meanwhile, Michael has arrived.
Why is Mom hugging Robin Hood?
In the dining room, an hour later, Walter, Emily, Michael, and Buddy are seated around the dining room table eating spaghetti.
And then I traveled through the 7 levels of the candy cane forest. And then I passed the abominable snowman. And then I passed the swirly, twirly gumdrops. And then I walked through the Lincoln Tunnel. Can you please pass the Coke?
Michael hands over a 2-liter. Instead of pouring it in his glass, Buddy chugs the entire thing.
So where exactly have you been for the last 30 years?
The North Pole. He's an elf. That's where elves live.
He's right. Can you please pass the maple syrup?
I'm sorry, I didn't set out any syrup. It's spaghetti.
That's okay. I've got some.
Oh, You like sugar, huh?
Is there sugar and syrup?
Yes.
Then yes. We elves try to stick to the 4 basic food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
So, you'll be staying with us then?
Emily?
You mean I can stay?
Emily?
Oh, don't be silly. Of course you can stay. How long do you think you'll be with us?
Well, I hadn't really planned it, but I was thinking like forever.
Emily!
What?
May I speak with you in the kitchen for a moment?
Sure. Excuse me, buddy.
Left alone, Buddy stares at Michael. Buddy looks around for a moment and suddenly burps loud and long.
Wow. Did you hear that?
In the kitchen, Walter argues with Emily.
Are you crazy? He can't stay here.
Clearly, he has some serious issues. We can't just kick him out into the snow.
Why not? He loves the snow. He told me 15 times.
Seriously, Walter, he's alone in New York. What is he supposed to do?
Well, that's his problem.
He's your son. That means it's our problem.
In the dining room, Buddy and Michael sit in silence.
I love you.
Eat me.
Eat you? Okay. I'm a lion. Roar, chomp.
In the living room, Buddy is on the couch. Walter is tucking him in, trying to leave.
Good night, Dad.
Good night.
Tuck me in?
What?
I can't fall asleep if I'm not tucked in.
I'm not tucking you in.
I promise I'll go right to sleep.
Fine.
Tickle fight!
Walter
No,
fights
buddy.
back.
Stop.
Sorry.
Just lay down and go to sleep, okay?
Okay. Do you want to hear a story?
No. When this light goes off, you are not getting up. Do you understand?
I understand. Dad?
What?
I love you.
Go to sleep.
Do you love me?
Yeah. Sure. Now go to sleep.
How much do you love me? Like on like a scale of 1 to 10.
Well, I haven't known you for very long, but I would say my feelings are significant.
Significant.
Good night.
The lights go out for the last time. Walter closes the door and Buddy is alone in the dark.
Dad? 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 Dad!
What?
Hi. Dad?
In the Hobbs kitchen the next morning, Buddy has prepared a huge batch of spaghetti. The table is set up like a deranged Thanksgiving feast. Buddy hurries around the kitchen as Emily eats.
Sure is something. I'm usually the one making breakfast.
Want some spaghetti?
Sure, why not?
Buddy dumps more spaghetti on her plate, then sprinkles it with candy snow caps.
So, how'd you sleep last night?
Great. I got a full 40 minutes and still had time to build a rocking horse.
There's a painted and trimmed rocking horse in the corner.
Oh my God. You built that? Where'd you get the wood?
Why is the TV on the ground?
The entertainment center in the living room has been completely dismantled to provide wood for the rocking horse. Sawdust and paint litter the living room. Walter walks into the kitchen.
Good morning, honey. Buddy made us breakfast. Isn't that nice?
Walter looks at the spaghetti.
And he packed us lunches too.
3 bags of spaghetti have each person's name written in calligraphy.
Well, I gotta run. Thanks for breakfast, buddy. And the lunch.
Kisses him on the cheek and leaves.
Bye, Emily.
Buddy takes a huge spoon and lifts 3 pounds of spaghetti.
So, how many scoops?
I think I'm just going to stick with coffee from now.
Michael enters.
I need my allowance.
Well, did you do the Recycling?
Yeah, I did, okay?
Walter peels off a 20 and Michael immediately shoves it into his pocket.
How come you guys don't hug? We always hug in the morning.
Oh, we hugged earlier.
Yeah, we hugged earlier already. Bye.
Bye.
Listen, buddy, I want to talk to you.
Good. I want to talk to you too. I planned our whole day.
He's made a list on an Etch-a-Sketch.
First, we're going to make snow angels for 2 hours. Then we're going to go ice skating. Then we're going to eat a log of Toll House cookie dough as fast as we can. And then, wrap up the day, we snuggle.
Buddy, I have to go to work. And another thing, if you're going to be staying here, you should think about getting rid of the costume. We got neighbors and people around, you know?
I've worn this my whole life.
Yeah, well, you're not in the North Pole anymore. You said you wanted to make me happy, didn't you?
More than anything.
Then lose the tights as soon as possible.
As soon as possible?
As soon as possible.
Yes, Papa.
Walter turns and pours coffee. Behind him, Buddy takes his green tights off and stands there naked from the waist down. Emily re-enters the kitchen and sees Buddy from behind.
Oh, I almost forgot.
Walter spills his coffee and turns to see Buddy from the front.
Ah!
In Manhattan, later, Walter is walking to work, and he answers his cell phone.
Walter Hobbs.
Ah, it worked. It's you.
How'd you get this number?
Emily left an emergency list.
Is there an emergency?
Yeah, there's a horrible sound coming from the evil box by the window. It's going like...
It's not evil, it's the radiator. The heat makes a noise when it comes on.
No, it's not. Wait. Yes, it is. You were right. Everything's fine.
I'm hanging up now.
Okay, I love you. I'll call you in 5 minutes. I love you.
No, you don't need to call me buddy, okay?
Ah, good idea. You call me.
Okay, I'm hanging up.
All right, I have presents for you when you get home.
I'm hanging up.
I love you.
On the Upper West Side private school, dozens of kids stream out. Michael is in the middle of the crowd when he hears his name from across the street.
Michael! 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 Michael!
Oh, man.
It's me! It's your brother! Hey, Michael!
Kids start to notice and begin laughing. Michael can't bear it. Michael walks away, ignoring Buddy.
Hey, Michael, wait up!
In Central Park, Michael is walking through. Buddy trails 12 feet behind, sort of hiding behind trees. Michael finally turns and confronts him.
Leave!
How about I leave, and then you count to 10, and then come find me?
This isn't a game, Spaz! Leave now, for real!
You really want me to leave?
Yes!
Okay, I'll leave then. I'm sorry.
Just then, a snowball whacks Michael in the shoulder. A big bunch of jackass wannabe teenagers look down at them and laugh.
Oh, no. These guys are bad news. We better get out of here.
Dump! Michael gets hit in the head.
Oh. Dive!
A barrage of snowballs rain down upon them and they dive behind a fallen tree trunk as snow missiles rip into the barricade.
There are too many of them.
We can do this. Make as many snowballs as you can.
Michael quickly sculpts 2 snowballs. Buddy has already rounded out a pile of 30.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
The snowballs start shooting out of the bunker like a machine gun. A series of targets explode with precision. A kid raises his snowball and it immediately explodes out of his hand. Michael stands to launch one, exposing himself.
No!
Michael is frozen with shock as a huge kid winds up and releases a snowball right at him. Buddy fires a snowball that hits the incoming snowball, exploding both of them in midair.
He's bunkered in. I'm going to flank around the east, and if I don't make it, tell Dad I love him.
Buddy jumps and charges, and now Michael follows. Buddy descends upon the guy, launching a flurry of snow. The guy finally raises his arms and steps up slowly in surrender. Buddy looks at the guy with his arms up, then winds up and explodes a snowball off his chest at close range.
Ow! Hey, I surrendered!
What does surrendered mean?
In Walter's office, Walter does some paperwork, then hits the intercom.
Can you bring me in a bottle of water, please?
Fulton Greenway is on his way in.
Fulton Greenway, why didn't you tell me?
He just showed up. What size water?
When's he coming in?
Now.
What do you mean now?
I mean now. What size?
Hobbs!
Fulton Greenway, the owner of the company, enters the office.
Fulton! What a great surprise.
I haven't seen you since the retreat. You're looking good.
Thanks, you too. So, what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, to be honest, I got a call from my niece.
Your niece? I don't think I've met her.
She's 6.
Fulton tosses the puppy and the pigeon onto Walter's desk.
She wants to know how a certain puppy and a certain pigeon escaped the clutches of a certain evil witch.
Okay, believe me, we've already started looking at new printers. This one's obviously gotten sloppy.
Greenway holds up the proofs, signed by Walter.
Maybe it isn't the printer who's gotten sloppy.
What a disaster, huh? 25 years in publishing. I've never seen anything like it. Well, I guess you can't bat 1,000, right?
I got news for you. Even if those 2 pages were in there, that book still would have sucked. I read it. I'll tell you, I wish all the pages were missing. Have you seen the numbers from this quarter?
Well, they should be coming in today.
They're in.
That good, huh?
The pigeon and the friggin' puppy is tanking hard, Hobbs. My people estimate we'll be posting a -8 for this corner. A -8 cannot happen.
Well, we'll bounce back. We always do.
We're not going to bounce back. We're going to get a new book before the end of the quarter.
Before the end of this quarter?
I'll be back in town on the 24th. At that time, I'd love to hear in great detail exactly what your plans are for this new book.
But that's Christmas Eve.
And?
Hey, no problem. It'll be fun to have you in the loop.
In Gimbals, Buddy and Michael are goofing around inside. Buddy pegs him with the dodgeball. Michael laughs and pegs him back.
Hey, look at this. It's a big mosquito.
It's a mosquito.
They're the freaking worst. Oh, they land on your arm and then stick their needle face down through your skin, suck your blood out, and then fly away like dicks.
That's a scary toy.
Oh, it's not just a toy. They're real, and they really suck. Trust me, they're everywhere in the summer. I would know. It's the... Sorry, we're getting off track. They're everywhere in the summer.
Oh my God.
Outside of Gimbals, they leave the toy section and walk toward the Santa land that Buddy built.
Wish Dad were here.
Why?
He's the greatest dad in the world.
You kidding? He's the worst dad in the world.
What do you mean?
All he does is work.
Work is fun.
Not the way he does it. All he cares about is the money. He doesn't care about me. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about anybody except for Anakin.
Well, he's not on the naughty list. Well, he is on the naughty list.
Jovie is seen from a distance.
You like her?
Like who?
The girl you're staring at.
Yes.
Why don't you ask her out?
Out to where?
Jovie has spotted Buddy. She gives him a shy wave, and now she's walking over to them.
We should leave. I need to leave.
Don't leave. Ask her out.
Out?
On a date, to eat food.
Food.
If she says yes, you're in. It's like a secret code girls have.
Well, look who it is.
Hi, Jovie. This is...
Michael's gone.
That's my brother, Michael. Over there.
I was wondering if I'd ever see you again. So did Gimbals give you your job back?
No, but it worked out pretty good. They gave me a restraining order.
You really should get out of here.
But I really wanted to see you. You're beautiful, and I feel warm when I'm around you, and you make my tongue swell up.
You are the weirdest guy I've ever met in my life.
Weird? Like, good?
I haven't decided.
So, do you want to eat food?
Do I want to eat food?
You know, the code.
Oh, I just took my lunch break.
Oh, right. I follow.
But I'm free Thursday night.
Yes!
In the Hobbs living room that night, Walter enters and sees Buddy and Michael as they hoist an enormous 14-foot tall Christmas tree into the corner. It scrapes the ceiling as they wedge it in place.
What the hell is that?
A Christmas tree.
A Christmas tree?
Buddy chopped it down in the park.
Buddy smiles. Walter doesn't smile back. In Walter and Emily's bedroom later, Michael and Emily are having a heated discussion. Walter and Emily are having a heated discussion.
I don't know what you're so worked up about. They're just having a little fun.
Oh, fun! Felonies are fun now. I thought felonies were felonies.
Okay, the tree thing was bad, but we'll have to plant another one. At least Michael's happy for once. It's amazing what a little attention will do.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you haven't exactly been there for him lately. He's a kid, Walter. He's not going to raise himself.
Oh, so let's allow a deranged elf man to raise him. Great idea. Maybe we should pull Michael out of school so they can commit felonies full time.
I think you're jealous.
Jealous? Of Buddy? The man's wearing tights!
In the living room, Buddy uses a drill to secure the trunk to the floor. He then stands at a distance, like a high jumper, holding a star for the top of the tree in hand. He uses a mini trampoline, or he eyes a mini trampoline, then the top of the tree, and now he looks at the star in his hand.
Are you sure about this? Maybe we can get a ladder.
A ladder? What's the fun of a ladder? Ready? Watch.
Buddy runs, hits the trampoline, launches himself way off target, shooting a sharp angle into the nearest wall. Bam! He falls behind the couch and out of sight.
Yeah. I'm okay. I found a quarter.
In the bedroom.
What was that noise?
Sounded like Buddy slamming into the wall and falling behind the couch.
The guy's a liability. There's no way we're leaving here. There's no way we're leaving here. There's no way we're leaving him alone here tomorrow. He'll trash the place. Maybe you should take tomorrow off and, watch it.
Just take off work. I'm going upstate tomorrow for budget meetings.
Well, I can't stay home. I'm one bad pitch away from getting fired.
Well, why don't you just take him to work with you?
Take him to work with me?
Yeah, I bet he'd like it.
Absolutely never.
In Walter's office the next day, the elevator door dings open to reveal Walter and Buddy. Buddy sports a new suit. Hey, Walter.
Hey, Jack.
Howdy, Jackaroo.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. I like that purple dress. It's purpley.
How's it going, Walter?
Hello, Francisco.
Hey, Francisco. That's fun to say, Francisco.
Could you at least lose that damn hat?
I like the hat. I could try, but I really like it.
In Hobbs's office, Walter sits down at his scattered desk. Deb follows him in with his morning cup of coffee.
Thanks, Deb.
Francisco.
We're cutting down on your sugar intake.
Why is your name on the door?
Well, I bought that door. My name's there to make sure no one steals it.
Is that a joke, Dad?
Yes.
This is your office, isn't it?
Well, how about that? He's understanding sarcasm.
So what are we going to build?
Well, this really isn't that kind of work.
The phone rings. Buddy beats Walter to it.
Buddy the elf, what's your favorite color?
Please, don't touch anything. Listen, Buddy, Have you ever seen a mail room before?
A mail room? No.
Mail from all over the world gets sorted all in one place, and some of the bins are shiny.
Shiny.
In the mailroom, the elevator dings open to reveal Buddy, alone, frightened. The floor manager, Chuck, spots Buddy.
You buddy? Well, come on out of the elevator then.
Okay.
The floor manager leads Buddy over to the main work area.
Welcome to the pit.
Trey and Craig stop their sorting and look up at Buddy.
Over here is the trench. All the mail comes out of the shooter. You scan and find the floor each piece is moving to, put her in the canister, and shove her up the tube with the same number. Got it?
Yeah. I like tubes and canisters and numbers. This place reminds me of Santa's workshop, except here it smells like mushrooms and everyone wants to hurt me.
In the conference room upstairs, it's a writers' meeting. The three writers, Eugene, Husky, and Morris, sit around a table with Walter.
So, we got Greenway coming in tomorrow. Where are we at?
Well, Husky and I were brainstorming and we came up with an idea that I think is a pretty big idea.
You're going to love this.
I heard it already and I think it's fantastic.
Okay, great. Let's hear it.
Picture this. We bring in Miles Finch.
The Miles Finch?
The Golden Ghost.
We bring him in.
He's written more classics than Dr. Seuss. It may not be easy, but we think it's worth a shot.
So let me get this straight. You guys, my writers, are pitching me the idea of bringing in another writer.
Yeah.
Miles Finch.
I like it.
In the mailroom, Buddy stuffs and launches mail into tubes with incredible speed and efficiency.
First day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
He feels Trey's stares and catches himself.
A partridge in a pear tree.
In the conference room, Walter and the writers are huddled around a speakerphone.
My favorite book of yours has to be Gus's Pickles. It was existential, yet so accessible.
It's a thrill just to be talking to you on your speakerphone.
So, what do you think? Can you fly in tomorrow morning?
I'll give you 5 hours tomorrow, not a meeting more.
Great.
I'd like a black S500 to receive me at the airport. I need the interior of the car to be 71 degrees.
We can do that.
Walter, there's a situation downstairs.
I'm sorry. What? Hello?
Deb, hang up. Miles, stay on.
I do not hold. Do not put me on hold.
We have a problem in the mailroom.
What's going on?
Do not talk. Deb, please hang up.
That's it. I'm gone.
Miles, wait!
I'll be there tomorrow. 71 degrees.
Sir, Chuck, in the mailroom.
Okay. I'm going to the stupid mailroom.
In the mailroom, everyone is circled around, cheering and singing.
11 pipers piping.
10 lords a leaping.
9 ladies dancing.
8 maids a milking.
6 geese a laying.
5 golden rings.
Walter is watching this display. The workers begin to notice. One by one, they stop until Buddy is left to continue alone.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to... Hi.
Outside of Jovie's apartment later that night, Buddy walks up to the buzzer panel until he finds the name Jovie Davis. He presses the buzzer. Jovie steps out.
Oh, you look miraculous.
Miraculous. Thanks.
So what do you feel like doing?
I have a few ideas.
Well, I'm up for anything.
Really?
Sure.
Inside of a coffee shop, Jovie sits blindfolded at the counter as Buddy sets up a cup of coffee before her.
All right, don't look, just reach out and sip.
What are you doing?
She takes a sip.
Well?
It tastes like a crappy cup of coffee. It is a crappy cup of coffee.
Outside in Manhattan, Buddy pulls her by the arm.
Check out the size of this.
He shows her a pine tree decorated for Christmas.
Can you believe it?
Come with me.
Jovie leads him around the corner to reveal Rockefeller Center.
Wow, that looks wondrous.
On the ice rink, Buddy and Jovie are skating, having fun. Jovie accidentally slides, bumping Buddy. Buddy bumps her back. She bumps him back harder. It escalates until she checks him off of his feet. They fall to the ice together, Jovie on top, nose to nose. They look into each other's eyes, and Buddy abruptly plants a kiss on Jovie's cheek.
Sorry.
You missed.
I missed?
Yeah.
With that, she leans in and kisses him full on the mouth. In the conference room the next day, Walter and the writers sit in silence, waiting. Walter checks his watch. Still waiting.
I sure hope that car's 71 degrees.
I should have brought my camera.
All right, let's do this.
Miles Finch is 4 feet tall. He may be very small, but in this business, he's a monster.
Miles, thank you so much for coming. We're all big fans. I'm Walter. We spoke on the phone.
Yeah, great. Let's get to the take care of so we can get started.
Walter pulls out a small manila envelope stacked with cash and slides it across the table. Miles checks the money and tucks it into his vest pocket.
Okay, cool. So, what have you guys got so far?
Go ahead.
Okay, well, we were thinking something like this. We open on a young tomato. He's been through some tough times on the farm.
No tomatoes. Too vulnerable. Kids are already vulnerable.
That's kind of what we were thinking.
And no farms. Everyone's pushing small town rule. The farm book will just be white noise.
Okay, well, we don't have much time. Do you have any ideas?
I've got 5 or 6 strong starts. I'm sure we can put something very solid together, no problem. There's one idea I'm especially psyched about. It's one of those ideas where you just like, yes.
Well, what is it?
I'll start with the cover, okay? Picture this.
Dad! Dad, I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it.
Not now, buddy. Why don't you go, back to the pit? I'll come visit you later, okay?
Buddy goes to leave. Before he does, he notices a 4 foot tall Miles Finch.
You didn't tell me you had elves working here?
Boy, you are hilarious, my friend.
So, what are you saying, Miles? Let's get back to the book.
Okay, so at the top of the cover is the title. Get this. Ready?
Boy, the candy canes here in New York just don't measure up to elf standards, do they?
Gee whiz, you're all laughing our butts off.
Buddy, please, just go hang out in the basement.
Do you guys have an elf hockey league here? I'm just curious.
Hey, Jackweed, I may be little, but I get more action in a week than you've had your whole life. I've got houses in LA, Hawaii, Vail, and Paris with a 70-inch plasma screen in each one of them. So I suggest you wipe that freaking smile off your face before I bite it off. You feeling strong, friend? Call me Elf. One more time.
Boy, he is an angry elf.
Miles suddenly attacks. Buddy tries to avoid him, but Miles is surprisingly strong, flipping Buddy over the table. Buddy winds up like Popeye and decks him across the face. Buddy looks at his own fist in horror.
Oh God, what have I done?
This gives Miles permission to deliver 5 quick hockey punches to the face. Buddy is down for the count. Miles stands victorious and grabs his coat.
All of you can kiss my vertically challenged ass.
Miles
walks out.
Miles, wait.
Oh God, must be a South Pole elf.
Buddy rubs his chin and stands to face his father.
You're really red.
Damn it, buddy. This time you really did it. Get the hell out of here.
Where do you want me to go?
Go anywhere. I don't care if you're crazy. I don't care if you're an elf. I don't care if you're my son. Just stay out of my life.
Buddy runs off. In Walter's office later, Walter is stressed, rubbing his face, pulling his hair out on the phone.
I can't really talk right now.
You're gonna be home for dinner, aren't you? I mean, it's Christmas Eve.
Looks like it's gonna be a late one.
Oh. Do you want to send Buddy home early?
Oh, we'll talk about it later. I gotta go, okay?
Suddenly, the 3 writers rush in. Walter hangs up.
Walter, huge news. The cleaning man just found this.
What is it?
Husky hands over a black journal and Walter flips through it.
Miles Finch's notebook. He left it in the conference room. There's 3 great pitches in the first page alone.
Plus, we've got his doodle squiggles all over the back cover. We're not sure what they mean, but they're probably gold.
I say we go with the first pitch in there. It's a slam dunk.
I agree. A home run.
Monster.
How much time do we have?
45?
Let's get some storyboards ready.
In Hobbs' apartment, Buddy steps out of the closet. He's wearing his elf suit again. Buddy sits at the table and unfurls some long paper. He dips a quill pen into some ink and writes in perfect calligraphy.
I'm sorry I ruined your lives and crammed 11 cookies in the VCR. I don't belong here. I don't belong anywhere. I will never forget you. Love, Buddy.
Buddy sets down the scroll and now, as if sealing it, sets his snow globe down on the crease. Buddy walks out into the night. Later in the apartment, Michael comes home carrying a bunch of presents. He looks around the empty house.
Buddy?
At the Greenway press conference room, Fulton, Greenway, and his crew sit at the end of the table. Walter is at the other end.
As you know, we need a big launch, fast, to get this company back on track. So, I think I speak for my fellow board members when I say, this better be good.
Walter smiles, then rechecks his storyboards, beaming.
I'm confident, sir. You will not be disappointed.
Let's hear it.
My pleasure. I'll start with the cover, okay? Picture this.
Dad!
Walter turns. His son Michael is standing in the room.
Michael?
Buddy left.
What?
Michael holds up the calligraphy scroll Buddy wrote.
He wrote this note. He left his snow globe. He's gone.
Okay, listen. Let me finish this meeting, and then we'll figure this out, okay?
Finish your meeting? How'd I know you were going to say that?
Michael turns to leave, furious.
Michael, wait!
Michael stops in his tracks.
Mr. Greenway, we have to reschedule this.
We don't have time to reschedule. I want to hear the damn thing now. Son, this has to wait.
No, it doesn't. We'll do this some other time, Mr. Greenway.
This isn't happening. You're going to sit in that chair and pitch me the friggin' book now!
Mr. Greenway, with all due respect, kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass too!
Outside in the hallway, Walter and Michael walk down the hall together.
If you walk out, Hobbs, you're never going to come back to Greenway.
On the 59th Street Bridge, Buddy closes his eyes tight, then looks up, a tear streaming down his cheek. Suddenly, something catches his eye. A distant point with a glowing trail of smoke. Buddy narrows his eyes to see as the point grows as it approaches. It slowly reveals itself to be Santa's sleigh, tangled with reindeer fishtailing and crashing.
Santa!
In another area of Manhattan, Walter is facing away from the park. In the sky behind him is the diving sled. Michael sees all of it.
Oh my God.
What was that?
Michael takes off running toward the park.
What happened? Michael, wait up!
At Santa's crash site, Buddy, running, comes upon Santa's sleigh. The reindeer peacefully graze as Santa struggles with the smoking sleigh. The sleigh has dug a deep 50-foot-long trench in the snow and dirt. Santa frantically attempts to repair the problem with his head hidden under a hood panel.
Santa!
Santa jumps out from under the hood, clutching a tire iron.
Back off, Slick!
Ah.
Buddy? That you?
Are you okay?
Oh, boy, am I glad to see you. The clausometer suddenly dropped down to 0. There's almost no Christmas spirit in New York. The strain was too much. The engine broke free of her mounts. I need an elf's help.
But I'm not an elf, Santa. I can't do anything right.
Buddy, you're more of an elf than anyone I've ever met, and the only one who I would have working on my sleigh.
Really?
Really? Will you fix the engine for me, buddy?
I will. Papa taught me how.
You'll have to find it first. She dropped off back there a ways.
Buddy runs off into the woods. In Jovie's apartment, Jovie walks out of the kitchen as New York 1 drones quietly on the TV.
New York 1 has been unable to confirm anything, but it's obvious that something has happened in Central Park. Authorities are clearing out the park, and all entrances have been barricaded. As you can see, quite a crowd is starting to gather. Sir, were you able to get a first-hand look of what happened? Tell me, what did you see?
I was walking along and I saw a huge flash, and then, something came swooping down and,
Do you mean an airplane or a helicopter?
No, it wasn't like that. It sounds crazy, but it kind of looked like,
It was Santa's sleigh!
Aren't you a cutie? This could be a big hoax. I'm told we have some amateur footage of a strange man dressed as an elf. Let's take a look.
On the screen, a zoomed-in, blurry image of Buddy running appears. He trips and falls on his face, then scrambles up and runs into the woods. It ends in a freeze frame of Buddy's face as he looks over his shoulder.
Oh my God.
At the engine site, Walter and Michael stop at a smoking object in the snow. It's Santa's missing engine.
What the?
You found it!
Michael and Walter look up to see Buddy approaching them. Michael runs to him with a hug.
Buddy, you're here!
Oh, there's something I gotta tell you guys.
No, me first. There's something I want to tell you right now. I take back everything I said. You may be a little chemically imbalanced, but you've been right about a lot of things. And I promise you, I'm going to be making some changes in my life. I don't want you to leave. I need you. You're my son, and I love you.
They hug.
Buddy! How are we looking? We gotta move!
Who was that?
Buddy leads them to the clearing. He pulls back a tree branch to reveal Santa's grounded sleigh and 9 grazing reindeer.
Cool.
At the TV coverage,
Dick, according to authorities, the area has been cleared. Only the Central Park Rangers remain in the park.
at Belvedere Castle, all lined up along a ridge, are 4 black mares breathing steam into the night air. Their riders are silently staring into the night. They wear black leather boots and trench coats. Chrome helmets sit atop faces shrouded in shadow. A silver eagle badge reads Central Park Rangers. They look down upon the sleigh.
These forces are highly trained, but rarely seen in action. Some have accused them of being too gung-ho when called into duty, and their crowd control tactics at the Simon & Garfunkel concert in '85 were much criticized.
At the Great Lawn, Buddy works on the engine while Walter and Michael try to wake up from this strange dream.
So, you're real.
Hold this for a sec.
This is not happening.
He's really an elf.
Actually, I'm adopted.
I can't believe it.
Tell me, what did you want for Christmas, Michael?
Well, I wanted a skateboard.
Santa pulls out a scroll. He points to his name in calligraphy on a thick leather-bound book. It's the list.
Oh, not just any skateboard. A real Huff board with high 145 Thunder trucks, 52mm Spitfire classic wheels, and a bolts from a diamond and some Swiss bearings.
The clausometer starts to move up a little. The sleigh shudders and rises, then falls to the ground.
What happened?
Well, before our Viper engine days, this thing used to run solely on Christmas spirit. You two believed in me. That made my sleigh fly.
Fly away! Quick, before they catch you!
Oh, I wish I could. I'm afraid I need more than the spirit of just you two.
Hold it. If you're really Santa, why can't we just get the news cameras in here and everyone will believe in you? That your sleigh will fly, right?
Oh, Christmas spirit is about believing, not seeing. If the whole world saw me, all would be lost. The paparazzi have been after me for years.
Michael spots the Rangers on the crest in the distance.
Look.
They all look up in fear as the riders disappear into the woods. Buddy pulls Walter aside. Michael follows.
Santa needs your help.
But what can we do?
I got an idea.
On the great lawn later, Michael snatches the list from Santa and runs into the woods.
My list!
Buddy stops Santa from chasing. He takes command.
Santa, let him go. You'll get it back. Now listen to me. I need you to give Walter your hat and your coat.
Well, Mrs. Claus made these for me.
Hurry, do you have any idea what would happen to Santa Claus in prison?
Santa complies and Walter dons the oversized ensemble. At the barricades of the park, the reporter spots Michael running out of the trees.
A young boy has just come running out of the park. Let me see if I can get a comment. Did you see anything?
It's the real Santa. His sleigh can fly because nobody believes in him.
Now this is feeling more and more like some kind of elaborate Christmas hoax.
This isn't a stunt. It's true. Everyone out there, Santa needs us to believe. I can prove it. He's real. This is Santa's list.
Pulls out
somewhere in the park. It's invisible, but I have it. There it goes. No, damn it. Shit. Don't tell my dad I'm cursing. Lynn Kessler wants a Powerpuff Girls playset. Mark Weber wants an electric guitar.
Lynn and Mark, each with their eyes wide open, start believing. In the Hobbs' apartment, Emily is still in her coat with groceries, watching Michael on TV.
Michael?
At Central Park, Michael reads the list into the camera.
Stan Tobias wants a power pumper water rifle. Carolyn Reynolds wants a Susie Talks a Lot.
Carolyn, the girl from the doctor's office, is at home watching on TV.
Thanks, buddy.
So fast. Dirk Lawson wants a day of pampering at Burke Williams Spa.
There's a rough-looking biker, 35, in a bar. His biker friends all look at him.
Must be another Dirk Lawson.
Dave Keckler wants some pony high tops.
Oh, that's quite enough, little fella.
What's your name?
I'm Charlotte Denon.
Let me see. Charlotte Denon. Charlotte Denon wants a Tiffany engagement ring and for your boyfriend to stop dragging his feet and commit already.
The surge in Christmas spirit makes Santa's sleigh rise a foot off the ground. The gauge goes forward a bit.
Whoa, we got power!
Santa snaps the reins. The sleigh starts to lumber forward. Buddy still struggles with the engine under the sleigh.
I don't have the engine fixed yet.
In New York One studio, the anchorman is confused. Charlotte, we seem to be having some technical difficulty with our remote unit. Now for weather on the ones. At the barricade, the reporter stands staring at Michael as the lights are turned off on the remote unit.
No!
How did you know that?
I'm telling you, it's Santa. We need to get the cameras back on. He needs our help.
This giant scene at the barricades has gone dark. Let the kid read. What do I want?
We want to hear the list.
Come on. Jovie runs up to Michael and Emily.
Where's Buddy?
He's with Santa. The sleigh won't fly. No one's believing. We need to get those cameras back on.
Jovie climbs atop a horse's carriage and looks out over the crowd.
The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
In Central Park, Walter, standing watch, sees the mounted police charging.
Get out of here. They're coming. There's enough Christmas spirit to start moving.
Buddy jumps in. The sleigh slowly hovers forward a foot off the ground in a herky-jerky way. The mounted riders come at Walter, who wears Santa's hat and coat.
Hey, I'm right here. Ho, ho, ho. You got me. I surrender.
They ride right past him and after the sleigh. Buddy and Santa swerve past trees. Santa catches a glimpse over his shoulder of the Rangers in hot pursuit.
Grab the shotgun under the seat and give him some heat.
What?
Oh, joke, buddy. Lighten up. Listen, there's barely enough magic to make this thing move. Keep working on the engine.
At the barricade, above the huge crowd that is gathered, Jovie is standing on top of a car roof.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why.
Walter finally arrives. He joins his family.
He wasn't lying.
Merry Christmas.
In Central Park, Buddy, risking his life, working on the engine at high speed. Smoke and sparks are billowing out. Santa struggles to maintain control. They hit a bump, and some toys fly out of the back. A jack-in-the-box rattles by Buddy, popping open. They find themselves blocked by a giant fountain with the Rangers close behind.
I've almost got it.
We need power now.
Buddy tweaks the engine. It howls to life, and the surge of power blows the sleigh 40 feet into the air, clearing the fountain.
Yes, I did it. I'm the greatest adopted elf in the whole world.
Good job, Buddy.
But now the belly of the coach nails the winged statue atop the fountain, yanking the whole engine back out of the sleigh. The machine whirls and shoots off the trees. The engineless sleigh crashes down to the bricks.
That's it. With no engine, we're toast.
Back at the barricades.
He sees you when you're sleeping.
Emily joins in.
Anyone else?
He knows when you're awake.
And now Michael.
He knows if you've been bad or
good for goodness sake.
You
Better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
The remote reporter sees this and puts her finger to her earpiece.
Dick, come back to remote 3. I think I've got something here.
The cameras turn back on. The remote truck's lights pop back on. Again, the scene is aglow.
Charlotte Denon, back at Central Park. Although we're still unclear about what led to this holiday rally, hundreds of New Yorkers have spontaneously gathered together and broken out into song. A curious Christmas Eve, to say the least. Let's listen in.
There are so many people singing around the city. The broadcast is being watched in the mailroom with the guys in a bar singing along in perfect harmony. The 3 writers are singing. The doctor is singing. The guards from the Empire State Building are singing. The teenagers who threw snowballs are singing. The elf manager from Gimbals doesn't sing.
Do what you want. I ain't singing a damn thing.
At the moving sleigh, Santa's sleigh is being railroaded right into the barricades. No steering, no lift. Up in the distance, we see they're headed for a collision. As Emily and Michael sing along, Michael looks up at Walter and notices something peculiar.
Wait, you're not singing.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. You're just moving your lips.
Michael, please, I have a terrible singing voice.
Dad?
Santa Claus is coming to town!
The sleigh, Walter's singing somehow does the trick. The Clausometer shoots to the max. A dashlight blinks ho 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 as the gauge hits the red zone. The sleigh flies up into the night air and over the barricade. Reporters and onlookers are watching in awe. The Rangers slide to a stop, foiled at last.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho.
Santa's sleigh whips down 6th Avenue and into the Manhattan night sky.
And so, with a little help, Buddy managed to save Christmas.
In the Hobbs' apartment on Christmas Day, Walter, Michael, Buddy, Emily, and Jovie sit happily gathered around their Christmas tree. There's wrapping paper everywhere.
And his spirit saved a lot of other people too. It was quite a Christmas, quite a new year.
In Walter's new company, Walter is stenciling the name Hobbs' Publishing.
Walter started his own independent publishing company. His first book was written by a brand new critically acclaimed children's author.
In Gimbals, the elf book from the beginning is Buddy's. He's doing a book signing. The place is packed.
The book was called Elf, a fictional story, about an adopted elf named Buddy, who was raised in the North Pole, went to New York, ate spaghetti, worked in a shiny mailroom, and eventually saved Christmas.
Buddy and Walter ice skate together at Rockefeller Center in the middle of the night.
And every year on Christmas Day, after all the presents are opened by children around the world, Buddy and his dad make up for lost time.
Buddy still tries to hold his hand. Walter slaps it away.
Walter even made the jump from naughty to nice. And as for me, I can't complain. Buddy comes up to visit from time to time.
Buddy continues to slam his head into doorways, beams, and cabinets.
Oh, geez, duh. Jiminy Christmas fiddlesticks, snow flickers.
In Papa Elf's workshop, Jovie, in real elf clothes, sets a pitcher of milk in front of Papa Elf. She sits beside Buddy, who cradles a newborn baby in his arms wearing a pink elf hat that says Susie. This is the last image of the movie and also the last image of the book. It freezes and now becomes a drawing. We pull out to see it's the last page of Buddy's elf book, which magically flips closed. The end. Yay! I just love seeing how festive everybody's been getting with it. Everybody gets to bust out their sweaters at this point and wear their hats. And I feel like, Olivia, you had to change 50 times throughout this. And Kimmy, you had like
lots of quick changes.
And Kimmy had like seriously one of the fastest ones I think I've ever seen, throwing on the little girl, like being Carolyn again. Dang, you guys, this was great. And our singing, I have to say, it was probably the best part of this entire thing. And I'm sure, like, I know it probably sounded garbled on here. I'm sure everyone watching, it totally sounded beautiful and harmonious and exactly what you would expect from a cast of professional actors such as ourselves. So great job, everybody. I love the harmonies. We really worked on that, so I appreciate it. But that is it for Elf. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, this is our first one in our holiday series this year. We are going to be doing more, but they will be TBD, so we'll keep the surprise, we'll keep the present wrapped for now, and then we'll let you know exactly what that's going to be down the road. But for now, the plan is to do another holiday reading next Wednesday at 7 p.m. So to find out potentially what it is, or for any updates that are going to be coming down the road, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Follow us here on YouTube. That way you can stay really up to the minute on what's going on with our live readings. But until next time, stay safe out there. Happy holidays. Thank you for watching, and we will see you all next Wednesday. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.